We're gonna be making chocolate mint cheesecake brownies. So if you think that sounds good, then continue watching. What up YouTube, and happy St. Patrick's Day. So today we are going to be making two festive recipes. So the first one is going to be a Shamrock shake. The first thing you're going to need is 1 cup of almond milk. I'm using a Big Boss blender to make this. So I like to put my wet ingredients in first, just so the protein powder doesn't stick to the bottom. So that. The next thing we're going to put in is 1 teaspoon of pure vanilla extract. And the next thing is I have cut up and frozen half a banana. So we'll just throw those in. And then the main ingredient is your protein powder. So I love Precision's iPlex in the French vanilla cream. Stuff smells amazing. I just got this, so I'm digging for the... Got it, okay. And that. And then we are going to put in a handful of spinach. And then I'm also going to put a dash of cinnamon. Our last ingredient, I'm just going to put in a couple ice cubes. Alright, now I'll put the cover on. Give it a shake. And we'll mix it up. Alright, so it's this nice mint green color for St. Patrick's Day. It smells good. Got a cute little mason jar we're going to pour it into. Look how creamy it is. Yum. We'll give it a try. So good. So there you have it. Recipe 1 is the Shamrock shake, and I will put the macros for this up on the screen. Man, it's so good. I hope you guys enjoyed that first recipe, so let's move on to the second one. So keeping with the green theme, we are going to be using Be Up bar in the mint chocolate flavor, and we're going to be making chocolate mint cheesecake brownies. So if you think that sounds good, then continue watching. The first step is to preheat your oven to 350 degrees Fahrenheit. The second step is to tear open your Be Up bar. It smells so good. So this is what it looks like. I absolutely love these bars, and I am an ambassador for them. Each bar is about 20 grams of protein, 20 grams of fiber. They're low sodium, gluten-free. They have like the best ingredients in them, so I highly recommend checking them out. My favorite flavors are actually the cookie dough and the sugar cookie, but we are going to be using this today, and I think it's going to be amazing. So our second step is to break this up and put it on a cookie sheet. So I'm going to get to that. Alright, so it's all broken up on here, and we are just going to bake it for 6 minutes. Alright, so while that is baking, I'm going to mix up the rest of the brownie mix. So I have a big bowl here, and my first ingredient is 1 scoop of Precision's casein protein in the chocolate flavor. So for those who don't know, casein protein is your slow digesting protein. Some people like to get this in before bed because then while you're sleeping, your muscles are going to be fed all night. Also, casein protein is really great to bake with because it doesn't denature like an isolate protein would. Just a little side tip. So first thing is 1 scoop of that. Our next ingredient is 1.5 tablespoons of oat flour. So if you don't have oat flour at home, you could just take like your regular quick oats and just blend it up and make it, but I actually do have some oat flour, so I'm gonna use that. So 1 tablespoon and a half. Next, we are gonna put in 1/2 teaspoon of organic baking powder. The next ingredient is 1 tablespoon of cocoa. And our next ingredient is 3/4 cup of almond milk. And there the timer is going off so we can go take the be-up bar out of the oven. Gosh, I wish you guys could be here right now. It smells so good. So I'm just going to let those cookie baked crumbs just cool for about 5 minutes, and then I'm gonna blend them up to make a powder and then add them to this mixture. Just a little side note, I've never made this recipe before, so if it fails terribly, you're gonna witness it. So this is the brownie mixture so far, and then in this bowl we are going to start on the cheesecake layer. So the first ingredient for the cheesecake layer is this light Philadelphia cream cheese, and we are going to use 1/4 cup. The next ingredient is 0% fat Greek yogurt, and we're going to put 1/2 cup. And the final ingredient for the cheesecake is just 2 tablespoons of almond milk. So now that these are cooled, I'm just gonna put them in my blender and blend them up to make a powder. All right, so now this is a powder and we're just gonna add it to the brownie mix. All right, so now we have our brownie mix and our cheesecake mix, and I'm gonna be layering them in this pan. And I think to make this a little more festive, I'm gonna put some green in there. This step is totally optional, but I think it's gonna be cool. Right, now I'm just gonna spray this with nonstick cooking spray, and we're gonna layer them in. Now for the green layer. Alright, so here we have our 2 layers, and the oven is still preheated to 350 Fahrenheit, and we are gonna bake this for about 20 minutes. Those smell so good, I can't wait to try them. While that's baking, I'm just like figuring out the macros of the 2 recipes. So what I'll do is I'll just like put them all in MyFitnessPal is what I use. And then for a thing like the brownies, I'll put in all the ingredients we used, and then however many squares I cut that into, say like 6 or 8 squares, then I'll divide everything by 6 or 8. Anyways, so that's kind of a little tip on how you figure out big recipes, like the macros of each serving. Also, another little tip, if you are using Precision's iPlex, which I highly recommend. I was actually talking to a client the other day, and she says she's tried so many protein powders and she always comes back to this one because it tastes the best. but just a precaution, on their nutrition facts label, it accounts for 60 grams, which is 2 scoops. So if you ever see this label and you think it's kind of high, like 230 calories, 51 grams of protein, it's actually half that for 1 scoop. So I only use 1 scoop at a time, so it would be like 130 or 115 calories and like 25 grams of protein. So if you do use iPlex, just watch out for that. All right, so I just took these out of the oven. All right, so I've cut them up here. How good they look. The green is a little bright, but they smell so good. I'm gonna give it a taste test. They're really warm still. Oh my gosh, they're so good. Can you see that? As always, thank you so much for taking the time to watch my video. I hope you enjoyed these recipes. If you did, please give me a thumbs up. Have a happy and safe St. Patrick's Day. Comment below and let me know what you guys get up to. I'd love to hear it. So thank you and enjoy.